Hi, I'm Shaun Pollock. The game of cricket is an evolution all the time, and I think it's changed mainly from the batting perspective. We look at the one-day game, the T20 game, and how has it changed from a batting issue? Well, I tell you what, the batters have got better. They've got stronger, the bats have got better, the fields have got smaller, the boundaries have been brought in, the ropes have come in, the advertising boards, a lot of that has changed. Also the ability to be able to strike it out the ground. Back in the day, there might have been one person in the team who was pretty good at it. Now it seems like there's an endless supply. Every single person can clear the boundaries. They've all got good ideas. They've also come up with different ways of picking up boundaries. They can get down, they can left, they can reverse left, they can ramp, and they can obviously hit it straight down the ground. On the bowling side, it hasn't quite as improved as much. If we look at the bowlers, what have they done? Well, there's some fantastic slow balls on the circuit now. You've got the back of the hands, the split finger, the knuckles, all those kind of things. But in all honesty, the batters are learning to pick it up very, very quickly. So unless it's really, really good, those tend to go out of the ground as well. So I would say that the bowlers have actually kind of lost a little bit. What have they lost? In 50 over cricket, what they used to have is reverse swing. You used to have an old ball that was maybe 40 to 50 over. It's very soft. Sometimes it used to lose its color, which made it difficult for the batters at the back end. But now, because of no reverse swing, all the batters that come to the crease, whether it's your first ball or you've been there for a period of time, it's a lot easier to hit because there's no lateral movement. Okay, so what we're going to have a look at is, in the old days, you would stand in this position, your heels would kind of be in that position, but because it was reversing, the ball would be coming from, as a right-handed batter, coming from the bowler, it would dip, it would swing into you, and it would make life pretty difficult. So what you used to do is you used to open up your stance, get that left leg out the way, and look to try and carve it from there. You never wanted to go across here because of the dip and the amount of movement that used to get through the air. So you kind of showed your stumps and looked to play. Now, in the T20 format in particular, even the one-days with the balls being shared and two balls being used, but at the back end of the innings, the ball's not swinging. So what a lot of the batters are doing now is they kind of stand on leg stump, right? And they try and make this area as small as possible. So it's really easy for them to deal with every different kind of delivery. That means that the bowlers are now thinking, how can I use absolutely every centimetre? The focus has now become not really on the stumps, but on things like the wide Yorker, trying to tuck up by the heels. So I just think we've had a lot of controversy in the IPL, and going forward it's going to probably be more and more with regards to how the wide works. And the reason why I say that is, in the old days, you had the extra one because, as I say, people used to clear. That is now eliminated. Anything that misses the heels these days is basically called a wide. As a wide Yorker, you obviously got the guideline that happens, and if you move early, what the umpires are doing these days is they're giving you a little bit of leeway, okay? But the problem I have with it from a bowling side is that as the bowler runs up, he doesn't know where he can or can't go. And the way they gauge it is at point of delivery. So at point of delivery, only then do they work out how far the batter's come across, and then obviously the wide adjusts to how wide you can go on the wide line. I think that's rubbish. I think what we need to do is we need to make a plate. So the batter, in a normal conditions, this is the back end of the plate and the wide line is the plate. If the batsman decides he wants to go across, I want more leeway for them down the leg side. So if they go down the leg side and the ball goes over the plate, even if it misses the leg stump by this margin, it's not going to be adjudged wide. These days, if anything misses the legs, whether you jumped across or not, they call it a wide. If it misses leg stump, basically it's assigned as a wide. So I want something in place that the bowler at the beginning of his run-up knows what he can and can't do, where he can deliver the ball and where he's going to get away with not being adjudged as a wide. And if you make a plate like this, from the heels of the batter in a normal standing position to the wide line, that's stock standard, it's in place, the bowler knows what he's dealing with, and if the batter wants to go across, he's got the advantage of maybe heading it down the leg side. I don't know what your thoughts are, but that's what I feel.